Hey guys,
How you doing?
I'm Christina,
I'm Desmond.
and mine is Aria, but
Yeah.
we're the Mercer family.
How you doing?
And today we're going to be talking about my pregnancy Q&A. Also, we're going to be talking about my labor and answering some questions that you guys have.
Yep.
Okay, question number 1. How many hours of labor? I was in labor for 19 hours total. So, yeah. We're going to try not to ramble a lot in this video because we don't want it to be as long as all the other ones. How did you tell your parents you were pregnant, and how did they react? They definitely were not happy about it because I am so young. I wouldn't have reacted the way that they reacted, but everyone is different, and it was a very stressful and eventful time period for all of us. But in the beginning they were very upset, but towards the end they definitely came around and things ended up being better. How did your parents react? We forgot to.
Oh yeah, my parents, they weren't happy, but I mean at the same time they knew everything happens for a reason, so
Yeah.
they just pushed me to make sure I do the right thing. That's all. And then they found happiness in the situation.
Yeah. What was your favorite / your worst part about being pregnant? My favorite part about being pregnant was getting to eat whatever I wanted. And just feeling the baby move and bonding with the baby and that experience and getting my tummy rubbed and just growing a tiny human being. And my worst part about being pregnant was the changes that your body goes through. I dealt with so many things that I have never dealt with before, like from morning sickness to being constipated all the time to just things that you never really think of until they happen. So, yeah. Did you have any weird pregnancy cravings? I had a lot of different cravings. I craved mostly like sweets and candy and stuff like that. I was looking back in his phone for something the other day and it came up and I kept asking him to bring me home milkshakes and coffee and things like that. I think primarily in my first trimester, the only thing I could eat was like mashed potatoes and like sweets.
I remember going to KFC a lot.
Yep. Next question. Is Aria a good baby? Yes,
Yeah.
Aria is a pretty good baby. We don't really have very many issues. We kind of got lucky with that one because,
definitely.
some babies, they have colic, they have other conditions. So I'm very thankful that she turned out healthy and that she is not a troublemaker yet.
Yet. Keyword.
How did you realize that you were pregnant? I realized that I was pregnant when I couldn't eat things that I normally would eat. Everything made me feel sick and I was feeling nauseous and tired all the time. And so I just took a test and it was positive.
Yep.
Did you enjoy your pregnancy? I definitely did enjoy my pregnancy. I think it makes it a lot better when you have somebody there that's helpful and that takes care of you and is loving and nurturing when you need it, because it's definitely not easy to deal with that, even with somebody helping you do all those things, because your body goes through so many changes and you're so hormonal, so it makes it better to have someone that's supportive and helps take care of you. How old were you when you got pregnant? We've answered this in a previous video, but since this is our pregnancy Q&A, I want to re-answer it. I was 17 when I got pregnant, and he was 19.
Yes, I was.
Okay, and these weren't questions that were asked, but I wanted to cover them anyways because I feel like they're relevant to the video. I know a lot of people, they want to breastfeed, and it is really, really hard. You know, there's a lot of time and a lot of effort that goes into it, and so yeah, I breastfed for maybe the first month, and when I got home from the hospital, Aria, she didn't really have a good latch. The people at the hospital, they were so busy, so they didn't really take a lot of time to help me with breastfeeding. So she didn't have a good latch, so I really, really wanted her to have breast milk. So I pumped it, and I did that for about a month, and then after a while, you know, my schedule was just so busy that I couldn't make the time to pump every 2 to 3 hours. So she's formula fed. She's been formula fed for about ever since she was a month old, and she was doing fine. She's very healthy, very chunky.
Yes.
She's in the 60th percentile for her weight, so she's doing pretty good. So don't feel bad if you can't keep up with the breastfeeding, because it is very, very hard. Epidural. I got an epidural. I was in labor for 19 hours, and they waited until the ending of my labor to give me my epidural, so it was very painful. And actually, I had to keep getting them to come back in there and give me the epidural because I could feel it wearing off. So yeah, my body has like a really high tolerance to numbing stuff for some reason. I have no idea why. Like when I go to the dentist, they have to give me a bunch of shots to numb me. I guess it's just how my body is. And I wanted to talk about recovery. Luckily, my recovery wasn't that bad. I didn't have any complications, thankfully. I don't know how bad I tore. They didn't tell me. I do know that I teared because I had stitches, but I don't think that I had a lot. And of course, you know, after you have the baby, it's uncomfortable. Your body's new. You know, you never experienced your body in the form that it is. So it's hard to be confident in yourself and to make that adjustment, because now, you know, you have stretch marks, you have loose skin and stuff like that, and you're sore, you're hurting, your boobs are leaking. But it does get better. You'll eventually lose the weight, the skin will tone up. Luckily, my postpartum recovery wasn't that hard, but I know for some people it can be, especially if you have a C-section. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that. They say that after you have a baby, you know, put ice packs down there, use witch hazels to help with hemorrhoids and stuff like that. And yeah, there's a lot of good tips on Pinterest about postpartum recovery and preparing for the baby and just things like that. So if you're interested, you should definitely look it up on Pinterest. And that is all that I have for you guys today. So thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please
and
do.
comment which videos you guys would like to see, because we are running out of ideas already. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.